Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with selections for Saturday the 8th of July. But first, a quick apology for no show on Friday. Well, I didn't fancy anything, and I thought if I end up going to the effort of making a video and describing that explaining that I'm not going to choose any selections, I might as well make some selections. So I left the video. I apologise to anybody that might have been looking for it. So if you can do me a favour, let's give a let's give a few likes just for a bit of luck on Saturday. So as you might be well aware, there's plenty of rain forecast all over the country, all at different times of the day, and it comes a lot of it just in time for the racing, or certainly towards the back end of the racing as well. So what I've gone for is horses, because I've looked at the forecast and I've looked at, in fact, I've still got it up now. So this is Nottingham. So this is currently, so that is about 6:30 on Saturday. Unfortunately, due to the positioning of the, so I can't really show you properly, but you can see, you've just seen the odd bit of rain. Well, there is some rain before racing at Nottingham, and what it is pretty persistent. Quite heavy at times. I can't speak. Quite heavy showers at times, but there is a lot of rain forecast towards the end of the day, and that's also similar for some of the other racing. So I'm going to get into the horses. So basically, they can handle soft ground, or they want it, which they will probably get it. They are favourably drawn, and I actually do fancy them. I'm not going purely for draw bias and being able to handle the conditions. I fancy all these horses on form. I really like the look of them. So the bets are enough. I'm just talking nonsense so far. So this is the bet, and I'm going to scroll down so you can see what they are, because so it's a 10 pence each way Heinz. So therefore, there's no singles in that bet. But what I have had is 50 pence each way singles on all the following selections. I've also included them in 10 pence each way doubles. Just to check. Yes, and that's a lot. So I want to talk you through them. So the first selection is Tiber Flow. It's 11-2. But bear in mind, generally I've taken the prices when I think it's reasonable. They could well drift, but I've left the prices where I think they could definitely drift. So Tiber Flow at 11-2 in the 150 at Sandown. My only problem with this horse is I know where it's going to finish. It's going to finish fourth because they're paying out the first three. It's one of them where they do the money back instead of an extra place race, which is quite frustrating because I always pick the fourth place horse when they're paying first three. This horse has got a favourable draw. It handles slower ground. It's in great form. Tom Markman on board. Ran a cracker at Newcastle last time. Yes, it's on all weather, but it loves it on the turf as well. Cracking chance. Willie Haggis's horses just run into form. Second selection is Rathgar at 2 at Haydock. In the Bet365 handicap, paying 5 places instead of 3. Jack Shannon has had a cracking season so far in his first year. This horse, it's been around the 84 mark for a while in the ratings, and I think they've kept it at that deliberately, and I think they've trained it deliberately for this race because it's an expensive race. It is bred to want slower ground, and it is going to get slower ground, and I just think it's got a decent chance and a lot going for it. The third selection is Uzo at 13-2 in the 225 at Sandown in the challenge handicap, paying 5 places instead of 3. This horse should be probably sat in about 5th place in the race. It has a reasonable draw towards the inside. It handles the ground. It's been rated much higher in the past. It's actually ran in this race, I believe, off exactly the same mark and came, I think it was second last year. And the jockey on board is Safi Osborne. She's absolutely flying at the moment, and I think personally she's a completely different jockey than what she was a year ago. I ran a mile when it was Safi Osborne riding a horse that I fancied, but now I'm all for it. She seems to have a very good way of galvanising horses, but in a very smooth way, if that makes sense. She can really get a lot of momentum going. The fourth selection is Maggie's Way in the 3 o'clock at Sandown in the distaff, paying 4 places instead of 3. This horse has got quite a lot to find. That's why I've left the price, because I think it could drift. It's only 10s, but I think it could touch at least 16s. So this horse run well, and it was given 2 or 3 taps by James Doyle when it won at Nottingham, and it was on soft ground that day. It was actually quite keen as well. So to find as much as that, and to get pressed late on, but also kick on again from the challenger, and they also put some distance in between them and the other horses. And I think with Holly Doyle on board, no relation to James Doyle, by the way, she could get that rail. I think she's drawn about 3. She gets that rail and can dictate the pace. I think this horse has got every chance. It handles soft ground, like I said. I believe it won over a mile, and I think this could be 7 furlongs. I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter. This horse will stay the trip, no matter what, and stay it well. So I really like the look of that horse. The next selection for regular subscribers might remember this for Royal Ascot. We did this horse to place at Royal Ascot. Was it the first day? Well, it travelled really well for a very long way and was emptied out towards the finish. Well, it's over a shorter distance. I think it's over 1.4 miles tomorrow. It's run in this race before, and I think it came 3rd last year. I think it's going to run a cracker. I think it was just too hot a race last time, and I don't think this is a ridiculously hot race for quite a decent race. So they're paying first 6, so that's Gassy or Garcy. I've left the price in the 3.15 at Haydock, paying 6 places instead of 4. And the final selection, this is the nap of the day, as long as it chucks it down. It's got plenty of time to do it, but keep it on the ground. The horse is Nails Murphy at 13-2 in the 5 o'clock at Haydock, paying 4 places instead of 3. This horse has run okay. In fact, to be fair, this is a lot from memory, but this horse has run okay on the soft in the past, but it's actually completely bred to want it. The sire does very well on soft ground. I clicked on the dam site. This also sire's horses or sire's dams that progeny do very well on soft. So I'm convinced this is crying out for soft ground. I believe it's Pat Cosgrove on board, decent jockey, and I think it's Richard Hughes. Well, Richard Hughes actually trained the winner of the the big race at Newcastle just gone. I can't remember what it's called. Doesn't matter. But this horse is another one over a staying trip that I think will run extremely well. So let's get down to the next bets. So that's another one of the singles. That's another one of the singles. So forget them. Forget them. Forget them. Forget that. Right, this is the next bet. So it's a 30p each way Lucky 15 that comes to £9. And just to empty my account, I had £1 each way accumulator that comes to a grand total of £11 for the bet. So as I said, Nails Murphy, nap of the day at 13-2 in the 5 o'clock at Haydock, paying 4 places instead of 3. Second selection is Her Way at 9-1 in a 12 minutes past 6 race at Nottingham. This horse had decent form for Roger Charlton. I think it was a couple of years ago. Not done a great deal since, but I think it's been raced over 1 mile 4 furlong. And if I was told by Gemma Tutty that it doesn't stay 1 mile 4, I will be all over this because it's been campaigned at 1 mile and 4 and not done a great deal. And now it's being dropped back to 1 mile and 2. It's got a jockey on that. I like the jockey. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but when I saw the booking, I was more than. It's Amy Collier. So Amy Collier's on board. She's ridden some horses for us. She rode Bushfire for us that ran okay at Newcastle. So I think it's got a decent chance. The third selection is Borough at 9-1 in the 6.52 at Carlisle, paying 4 places instead of 3. And the final selection of the day is Norman Kindu in the 8.42 at Nottingham, paying 4 places instead of 3. This one's a late runner, and this one will absolutely love the soft ground. I'm just hoping it's good enough, and that's 7-1. So those are all the bets for Saturday. If you do me a massive favour, it's been a relatively quick video compared to the rest of them recently. 9 minutes 40 into the video. So if you can please do me a favour, a like and a subscribe, that'd be great. Or click the notification button. I ain't got a clue where it is. So if you click it, you'll get a notification next time I do a video. There could be one tomorrow. So click that notification bell and I'll let you know. Well, YouTube will let you know when there's a video. So we've got a video before 10 minutes. I'm going to sign off now. So the very best of luck. Charlie Winters over.